What's up, guys? It's me, the AO Elite Double X Prince, and I'm here to review the Defenders from Marvel. I don't have my outfit, but this is a big day for me because today I start college. So, this just accept what I make for you guys and just keep on subscribing and helping me out, even if that involves me having a super tough schedule. But yeah, now that I got all the SummerSlam stuff out of the way, even though I'm wearing a phenomenal t-shirt. Let's talk about the Defender. So basically, if you've been keeping up with all the Netflix shows, you basically know what this is all about. Now, before I get on the limb, I need to talk to you guys about what shows I did watch and what shows I didn't watch. Let's see. So for hold up. Let's see. I watched both seasons of Daredevil. Actually, I even reviewed the first season of Daredevil episode by episode back in the day, back in my early videos, and you guys know that I had a great time. Jessica Jones actually blew me away, and it was actually a million times better than that. Jessica Jones took a different tone to it, and it was different, and I really enjoyed that. Daredevil Season 2 was good, but it was kind of like one of those, it wasn't as great as the first season. Luke Cage was awesome. I enjoyed Luke Cage a lot. It was awesome. And Iron Fist, I actually had never seen. I'm planning on seeing it after watching this. The only reason why I didn't watch this is because the reviews were awful. They said it was one of the worst seasons ever, so I'm like, I don't feel like watching Iron Fist, especially after the show. Now let's talk about the main plot of this story. So the main villain about this is the Hand, and there's like the 5 fingers of like people who are taking over, and it's being run by Sigourney Weaver. So that's great. Sigourney Weaver did a fantastic job. She's always great at everything she does. She was great. I really enjoyed her performance. So her reasoning behind trying to take over and doing what she does, it makes sense because she basically is afraid of death. She's like afraid to die, and she even was the one that helped cure Elektra back from the dead. So there's that. Oh, by the way, did I mention spoiler warning? Yep, I'm spoil the hell out of this show, so just letting you guys know. So yeah. Throughout most of the show is basically, everybody. It's funny. It's not like one of those like, oh, let's get all these 4 guys together and let's team them up. Because that's something that the Avengers did, because they're like, oh, I'm Nick Fury, let's get everybody. No, they didn't have a Nick Fury. Stick is basically the closest thing we'll get to a Nick Fury, but yeah, basically Daredevil is done being the devil of Hell's Kitchen, or he's done. So he just kind of says, no, I can't do this anymore. Iron Fist is out to seek revenge against the Hand. Jessica Jones is on a case, and Luke Cage is trying to help a kid. And the cool part about this, I don't know where all of these 4 storylines connect. So since all these 4 storylines connect, they eventually make sense when they eventually team up. So Iron Fist is just kind of getting revenge for, he's just trying to get payback for what happened to his land. So he wants payback. And it was pretty cool what happened. So let's start off by talking about Jessica Jones, because honestly she was the best part of this whole show. Because everybody's like this, yeah, I want to be the hero, and Jessica Jones like, I don't give a fuck. But fuck it, I'm here, whatever. She was great in it. So and she's like just doing her own case, trying to find this one dude that eventually kills himself because he just was doing a lot of wrong and working for the wrong people. Even Elektra almost killed him, and then Jessica Jones kind of leaves. She's like kind of done with her case, and then she gets stopped by the cops. The girl played by Simon Missile, I think that's her name. Anyway, she gets taken by the cops, but then since Daredevil, or Matt Murdock, he's a lawyer, so they kind of team up, and Jessica Jones like, all right, you got me out of jail. I don't care what you got to tell me and this stuff. And they eventually go to the building of the hand, and eventually that's how all four of them meet each other. Basically, Daredevil is telling Jessica Jones that this is a dangerous place. Iron Fist is again seeking revenge, and same with Luke Cage, because the kid he tried to save works for the hand, but he just needed for some money. Eventually he dies, but I don't know. Luke Cage is just set up for revenge, and honestly, out of all the heroes of this show, Luke Cage felt like the more comic book character, like the stereotypical, like, oh, I'm a hero, so I gotta, help out the city. He's the hero of Harlem, because Luke Cage was great. That show was awesome. So yeah, I can't wait for his seasons to come in. Iron Fist, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch the show Iron Fist, but he tried to be corny and goofy. I don't know if that was his thing in the other shows and on his own show, but I don't know. I wasn't digging that whole Iron Fist character. He was cool here and there, but he wasn't. I mean, he was just like, all right. He wasn't a pain in the ass, but I could tell he was like my least favorite out of the characters. Maybe because I didn't watch the show or whatever. Again, so there's that. And then we get to finally Matt Murdock, Daredevil. He's done being Daredevil, but once this mission comes in, he says, I have to be Daredevil again just to save the world or the city. He comes back to be Daredevil, and it's great. He's barely in the suit. He's in it like twice and stuff, but the real reason why he does come back is because Elektra, his crush, and even Stick brings her up in a part. So yeah, Daredevil is just like basically the reason why he doesn't try to kill Elektra like everybody else. He actually is still in love with Elektra. And I can't blame him. Elektra is pretty hot, but there is actually a cool storyline about Elektra. A lot of people didn't like Elektra. I enjoyed Elektra, especially in this season. Season 2, I get why people didn't like her of Daredevil, but in the Defenders, she actually has a huge part of the story where she forgets everything, but then she sneaks into Matt Murdock's house when he's not there because he's in hiding. She just takes a nap on her bed, and she just kind of brings back like all her memories. And eventually she talks with Sigourney Weaver's character about how she's like, that Elektra that you died, that's not you, this is the new you, and we have to stop the hand, because they're all trying to get the Iron Fist because he has the power to give him all the life. And that's honestly the only reason why Iron Fist is here. He does have some cool parts again, but like I mentioned. Anyways, Elektra just kind of had the best story about her. And then she realizes that Sigourney Weaver's character has a big ego, so she kills her. And then she takes in charge. And, she has a cool scene with Iron Fist and where they talk about what she wants and everything. And when they fight, freaking Iron Fist glows the fist, and she hits that... It hits the thing that Elektra's been trying to go for, and then eventually apparently they all have life forever. And eventually they all put bombs all over the building that they were in originally, but again the cops are trying to stop them because it's wrong, but it's what they gotta do. And also another character that I thoroughly enjoyed is played by Jessica Hedwig. She played, I forgot the name of the character. I'm Googling it right now as we speak. Colleen Wig. Colleen, I think it is. I'll just call her by her name. Jessica Hedwig. She had a pretty cool story how her master died, but he came back, played by Ramon Rodriguez, which I personally thought that was stupid, that he comes back from the dead. It's like, no one could fucking die in this show. Honestly, I could die on Daredevil and I'll come back to life. Like, that's how irrelevant this death thing is, which is a huge problem. But eventually in this show, she does get her revenge and kill him. So that was great storyline. So honestly, some of the side characters did a fantastic job in making themselves feel relevant. Also, I really like the connection with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. They brought up the whole situation with Jessica Jones killing um Luke Cage's wife at the time, and he's like, I'm sorry for everything, and they're apologizing to each other, but they kind of wish like, you know what, let's actually hang out. Let's actually be friends. But if you guys know the comics, these guys get married in the comics. But right now, as we know, Luke Cage is dating Rosario Dawson's character, Claire, the nurse. So you have that thing of what's gonna happen. But I'm saying a lot of good things so far. Let's talk about some of the biggest issues. I kind of mentioned already. Death was the issue that. It's just dumb that everybody just dies like that. Like, dies and then comes back to life. It's just stupid. I really didn't enjoy that at all. Also, Daredevil was kind of fucking annoying in this show, to be honest. He's like, oh, I love Elektra. It's just like, oh, fuck. I know what's gonna happen. I'm like, Daredevil is gonna die with Elektra or some shit like that. And sure enough, that is exactly what happened. So when they set up the bombs, they have 10 minutes to evacuate. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist were about to leave, but then Daredevil whispers at Iron Fist, and he leaves. And then he's like, "Don't worry, I got this. I could bring Elektra back with us." And then by the time we got to like 4 minutes to the bomb stuff, I'm like, "Yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna die." And eventually, Iron Fist like, "Yeah, before you guys left, he whispered that, you know what, I'm not gonna come back, but whatever you guys do, just take care of the city for me." So I guess Iron Fist season 2 is about Iron Fist taking over New York or Hell's Kitchen. So I mean, okay, Iron Fist. Again, I gotta watch the show Iron Fist just to see if I'm behind this situation. A lot of people are not behind it, but I mean, it's fine. It's not like the worst thing in the world. It can't be the worst thing in the world, but hopefully they do actually try something great with this. Again, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones do their thing. So I'm more excited for Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. What I'm not excited for is Daredevil. So Elektra and Daredevil are fighting, and Elektra's like, "Yeah, you wanted me dead. You didn't come for me or something. You're the because Sigourney Weaver's character got on Elektra's head, so she's turned like her. She's just kind of evil." And then it was the fucking stupidest shit ever. So the bomb's about to blow up. They're about to kill each other, and then Elektra's like, "I love you," and they kiss, and then that's how they die. I'm like, okay, they died, whatever, but at least that led some tragedy and stuff, like everybody crying. You have Foggy and Wool, they're all crying. Everybody's just upset. Also, I forgot to mention Stick dies, which actually I think was good because that gives people a chance to like be like, okay, it's time to take this shit serious. Elektra kills Stick, of all people. He was about to kill the Iron Fist because he got so mad about this whole situation. He wanted the whole week to end already. But anyways, Daredevil dies, and again, they told him to take care of the city. And there's a scene where they have a funeral with Foggy and and Karen, my bad. And this was fucking stupid. At the end, you see a bunch of nuns, and then you just hear them going, "He's up," and Matt Murdock, Daredevil, is up but all bruised up and shit from the huge explosion. And I gotta say, what the fuck? One hand, I'm excited for Daredevil season 3, and another hand, I'm just like, dude, why is... Honestly, if Elektra's alive as well, then there's no point of death anymore. Like, that's the problem with shows and shit like that. Like, there's no legit someone dies and they don't... I'm tired of the stereotypical superheroes come to life, and it's just dumb. So, honestly, if Daredevil died, I was just like, finally something new. But, they kind of dropped the ball with that. Overall, I had a blast with this show. If you've been watching all these shows, they've been great. It's a, good connection. I really enjoyed this show. The chemistry with these characters is great. It's a solid B plus. I'm not gonna give it an A just because I did have a lot of problems with the storytelling, and it's only 8 episodes short. And I could tell in the last episode they try to rush everything. So there's that. But yeah. As far as this goes, I would recommend people to go watch it. I do recommend people to go watch it, particularly if you've seen the shows. Thankfully, with Iron Fist, you could actually connect with it. Like, even if you didn't watch it, you have a good feeling of how this thing goes down. So, kudos for that. Anyways, I'll just wrap it up here. Go watch it on Netflix if you want. Also, I have a question. Do you guys want me to review more Netflix shows? Because I've been watching... I finished watching Glow. I'm actually going to review that once we get closer to the Mae Young Classic. There's also other shows I've been watching. I've been catching up with The Ranch. That shit is funny. So I'm thinking of watching more Netflix stuff and reviewing it for you guys. So I hope you guys do that. I finished Friends from College. It's fucking weird. Anyways, it's me, the AL Lead, Double X Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And until then, I'm out.